everybody. Welcome to Hire Me series. My name is Maria Jackson. I want to introduce AJ. He is the CEO, co-founder of Vyrill. So, AJ, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us. I am thrilled to have you in our series to
Sure.
bring all of this to everybody out there wanting to know more information. So, tell us about Vyrill. Tell us about a little bit about your background, and then we'll get into the interview process.
Yeah, absolutely. So, hey everyone, and Maria, thanks for having me on this conversation here with you. So, by way of background, I'm both a computer scientist and an entrepreneur. Previously built and sold a mobile shopping app company before out of Boston. So, I've been in the world of e-commerce for a very, very long time. And after so I founded a mobile shopping app company before in Boston. Sold that. I was a CTO co-founder for that company, and then after the acquisition, I went to work at Nokia, the phone company, where I ended up launching the App Store in about 35 countries around the world. So I've traveled quite a bit. I've launched global products in multiple languages. I generated about 80 million in new revenue at Nokia. And then Nokia got acquired by Microsoft. I left. And fast forward, I started Vyrill about 4 years ago now, and I'm based here in San Francisco. And really, the story behind starting Vyrill and the premise behind starting Vyrill is very simple. Customers are now watching videos before they shop. So they're making unboxing videos, how-to videos, uh, reviews of products and services. I mean, Maria, you're in the dental space. You know that reviews are very important
Yeah.
to drive your next new patient at your clinic.
Yeah.
And so video has become a very important medium to communicate with other customers because you can see the person, the emotions, and the product inside the video. So at Vyrill, we're focusing on all the challenges that businesses have around capturing video, understanding video, and leveraging video. So the problem today is that 95% of world's video content today is not searchable. Hence, it's not very useful. So, you land on the if you're on a dental website and you're there for you've just arrived in a new city, you're looking to pick your next dentist, and you had require root canal procedure for your teeth, and you want to make sure they're covered in your insurance plan as well. So imagine if the dentist had 20 videos on their page, and you're looking for a review for a particular procedure or cleaning or root canal. How do you know which of those videos are talking about root canal versus is cleaning versus something else? So today there's a lot of video, but customers don't have time to watch videos. And so most customers will select a random video that maybe talks about root canal, but if it doesn't, they simply move on. So there's a massive video ROI problem, searchability problem. So that's number one. The second is there's a problem with video content moderation. So when most brands, when they're making video, when they're leveraging video, they manually get the video they either make the video or they get the video from influencers or they capture reviews, and then someone on the team manually watches it. So it doesn't scale. Like no one has time to watch hundreds of videos.
No.
And then the third problem is, these days, everything we're searching now, we're more and more, everyone is searching on Google search or ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And you know that the ChatGPT search is a bit different. It's you ask a question and it responds with answers. So today, most video content in the world doesn't actually show up yet on ChatGPT. So there's a massive ROI problem. There's a massive video discovery problem when it comes to ChatGPT searchability. You cannot personalize the content. There's no search on a website and so on. So there are a lot of limitations with what you can do. So that's where Vyrill comes in. We essentially have built a search engine that understands the audio, text, and imagery inside the video. We analyze that in 20 dimensions, and our video search is what powers our platform. So we help businesses, primarily e-commerce and now dentists as well, capture video, understand video from their customers, and then leverage that video on their dentist website or the e-commerce store with search, personalization, SEO, AEO. So we enable that video to surface in Google search, and then we also optimize, syndicate, and measure content on how it's performing on your site. So really, the end goal here is very simple. We want to drive more traffic to your site with new customers, and then when they land on the site, we want them to really convert them, either book an appointment or buy now with Vyrill. So yeah, so we have over 200 customers. We're growing now. We're a startup here, or maybe not startup anymore after year three here in San Francisco. But yeah, in short, we believe that the future of commerce and or future of any website is going to be video. Will start with video and end with video, and Vyrill will be one of the companies defining that experience.
I know that I you had me try your platform, and what I liked about, I mean, you could use it in various different forms.
Oh,
You
so
can
many ways. Yes.
testimonials, and you can do a QR code, right? QR
Yeah.
code goes straight into your website, and you don't have to do anything else. Once you configure everything once, then it's just instant from that point on. You can do influencers. Influencers is a great
Yeah, you can
way.
invite influencers to make videos, instantly upload videos with
You
QR
can make
codes.
so many videos. I mean, me trying to do like this little mini series and all the stuff that I have to do on my end and work, and I'm trying to deliver this to people that are trying to get into like non-clinical roles. It's
Yeah.
it's time consuming. It is
It
so
is. It
time.
is. I think you nailed the problem. It's time is right. No one
Yeah,
has time to watch and edit videos. It's a
no,
lengthy process, right?
no. One of the
Editing the
reasons
video is lengthy. Publishing the video to your site requires multiple steps. It's very manual today,
yeah.
right? And then you
Well,
have to watch the video, make sure there's no profanity. I mean, in this conversation,
oh yeah, that's it.
we're talking, right? But
Yes, yes.
let's say an influencer send a video, or a dentist gets a video testimonial from their patient, right? It's very manual to manually have to watch a 3-minute video. And if you received 100 videos, who has time to watch 300 minutes of videos?
That's right. If they can actually QR code, they can send that all to their patients, and then their
Right.
patients can just do the videos, and it'll automatically
Yeah, they can
speed
just scan the
everything up.
QR code or click on the email link. They make the video, and they will be prompted with 3 questions on to
Yes,
answer, and they can answer the questions in the video, and then the video comes on the Vyrill dashboard. So like it's a whole new mechanism to capture testimonials.
I love it. I know that you've had multiple businesses. This is not your first rodeo, and that's another reason why I wanted to have you in the series, because you've interviewed quite a lot of people. Now, our audience today is mainly clinicians, dental hygienists, dental assistants, office managers, even doctors. I've had doctors reach out to me and say, "Hey, like I have been doing this for 20 years. I'm kind of looking for something different, and I'm trying to bring all that towards them." What would you say, what would you look for individuals with clinical experience, kind of like in people that would do demos or maybe customer success? Like, have you hired anybody? And how does
Yeah,
your
not
interview?
yet, but I can give you from experience. Like we're already thinking about it, hiring a customer success person, hiring some salespeople on the team as
Yeah,
well. I will say, first, stepping back a little bit, right? When I hire anyone, right, there's a few things I'm looking for.
yeah,
I'm looking for a very positive energy, because they're facing customer these days. Everyone on the team should be talking to customers, not just the CEO or not just the marketing team or the right. I think
100.
I think the world is moving fast. You have to get to know your customer faster, if you will. And so, I strongly believe that positivity is very important. That smile, kindness is very important in a person.
Yeah,
That's right. The second is, I'm looking for people with deep curiosity. I'm actually looking for people. My first question when I interview them is, so what do you think we do? Wal does. And you'd be amazed, 50% of people have never visited the site and actually even gone deeper to understand what the employees do,
it's like
right?
you would think, right? Like if you're
Right? It's an
interested
obvious thing,
in getting
right?
hired,
Right.
do your
So
research. Like, that's
people
number one.
yeah. So it's a way to poke your curiosity, understand where they're curious, right?
Yeah.
For me, curiosity is number one. I mean, I can't emphasize people who are curious go a long way. They ask questions. They never live with status quo. They go deeper into a topic. Like all these characteristics are people you want to hire. Like people, good
Yeah.
employees, right? They're not just sitting there. They take initiatives,
Oh,
right? So
man. Yeah.
that's very important. So I would say like I said, positivity. I don't like people who complain constantly because that means they're going to have an excuse for everything in their life. Complaining is really creating excuses for everything you do in your life, basically,
Yeah.
right? So that's number one. Like these are the two things. Like first, do you meet the bar? Like, are you curious? Are you someone I can bring in front of my team or my customer?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, imagine you don't want anybody who is constantly getting angry or is pissed off or doesn't
Yeah.
come across
Yeah.
as kind.
The face of your company, your product, everything.
Exactly.
They can
Exactly.
make you or break you, and
Right? So
that can
that's
be
that.
awful.
Now, and if they're past that bar, I think the next question is, it really. So you asked a question about, if tomorrow I was hiring a customer success person, what kind of person would I be hiring, right? So I think first of all, having a clinical background. For example, we serve dentists. Having a background as a customer success manager in dentistry in some capacity can be extremely helpful
Oh yeah.
because they might ask questions, or our AI is being trained to ask questions about a review after the patient visits your clinic,
Yeah.
inviting them to respond with a review with the video, and to be able to ask those technical questions. It's one thing asking about, hey, how did the root canal go? But maybe asking a specific question about the root canal, going a little bit deeper, right?
Yeah.
Would also help get some solid feedback about the surgery or the process and so on. So I would say having these backgrounds, and especially in the world of AI, having very deep backgrounds in a particular niche or domain is extremely helpful. Because at the end of the day, AI is what is AI? AI is really trained intelligence.
Yeah.
AI by itself cannot think if it doesn't know what the topic is. So you need someone who can train the AI to understand the topic. So the more questions that we ask the patient the right questions, the more the system begins to learn the questions as well, what to ask, right? So, and again, who is going to give this is someone who has background, a clinical technician or a customer success person with dentistry background can be extremely helpful when it comes to right. So I would say yes, absolutely. I think backgrounds, having particular domain backgrounds is extremely helpful.
I've had a good amount of my fair share of really good interviews, as well as my fair share of really bad interviews where I've gotten either nervous or I forgot the question altogether. And,
Absolutely.
have you ever had, obviously not naming any names, but have you ever had such a bad interview? And can you tell us about your experience?
Absolutely.
So we can learn from it, right? Like that's
Yeah.
the goal.
You know what it is? It's the example I gave you where I asked you, hey, did you even look at my site? Right? I
Oh,
actually had an interviewer. I actually recently happened on a podcaster,
oh, okay.
and this also is why experience is very important in life.
Yeah.
Uh, he was 23 years old, school graduate. I gave him a chance to interview me because he was young. I'm like, okay, let's give young people a chance as well. You
That's
grow from
awesome.
interviews, right?
Yeah.
The challenge, however, he had used either some AI to generate a list of questions about
Mhm.
me. And the
Yeah.
problem with AI is, or Google search is, sometimes it crawls the wrong databases for your info. Like, like somehow he had the wrong dates on my employment, my background, um, what the company did, and it was very obvious to me he had not even bothered to go on my LinkedIn or bothered to
Mhm.
go. He had used
Okay,
in a month
cool.
because apparently he was doing like 100 interviews a month or something like that, like very at a very high, right? And so it right away I knew, like in 3 minutes into the podcast, this guy had not done my homework, any homework on me, right? And that was extremely disappointing. I mean, I was not happy. Of
Yeah.
course, I kept the answer short and wrapped up quickly, right?
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to be rude to
Of
him.
course. Of
I did
course.
my job. It was your problem that uh, you didn't do your homework,
Yeah.
essentially, right? And this stands for interviews as well. Anybody, even if you're a dentist coming to an AI company, software company, do your homework. Find out more about the people you're speaking with. You have so many sources now. LinkedIn is one of the best sources, right?
Yes.
And these days, the moment you type someone's name, their entire bio can pop up, right? But don't just assume everything in the bio is right. Try to connect the dots. If you
Yeah.
go to my website, if you go to my about section, it explains the viral.
Mhm.
So, point is, uh, my point is, do your homework really well if you really want to
Yeah.
interview someone, right? It's very offensive. Essentially, it's also my time.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, if you really want this job, I think it's a poor reflection of what it would look like if you were to actually work with this person.
Yeah,
I feel like if you tend to be unprepared, you're going to be unprepared for an interview.
yeah,
And I know things happen, you get nervous or whatever, but that's something you can kind of read like, it's okay, don't worry, we're just having a conversation. Let's just
right.
like move on to questions, right? Like that's different. Um, but
But yeah, and then the third thing is also, like, in the interview that I really look into is, are you able to deal with change? Because when you work with AI companies, change is constant. Every day there's something new. There's You have to be a fast learner. Like the capacity, I heard a word yesterday. We all know the word obesity, right? So
yeah.
I heard infobesity is the word I heard, which is too much information thrown at you.
Oh,
So that's very interesting, right? And so you're also, as a CEO of a company that is moving fast in the AI space. I'm looking for people's capacity to learn fast and change fast, because we're updating the product every day. We're updating the what we do every day. We're using new tools, right? So I'm looking for someone who is multitasker. And we're not looking for, I mean, you don't need to code, but you can learn fast to code. I mean, even a marketing person these days is expected to know how to use Claude, right? So
absolutely.
just saying,
Absolutely.
like, I think these are basic skills. If you don't come prepared, you lose out to someone else.
Even in the dental field, a lot of times, well, you always have to adapt. I
Yeah,
would say 9 out of 10 offices, they're always changing their processes, their workflows, because they always want to improve, right? You always want to do better for your patients and you want everybody to jump on board. The amount of times, and I've been in the dental industry for over 20 years, the amount of times that we, change things and then you always have that one person complaining, not wanting to like do it.
yeah,
They try to push back and it just like delays the whole process.
right.
If you're that type of person, this is not the job for you. Like, we're just letting you know that you have to be able to adapt to
Yeah.
constantly changing and being okay with it. Like,
And
because
also the unknown, right? Like AI is so unknown right now for everyone. Like you're going into something new that we're all learning every day. It's a lot of R&D.
I love this. Thank you so much. I appreciate this was so good. And this is exactly what I wanted to do with the Hire Me series because I I had my fair like I said, I had really great interviews, not so great interviews. I had overall great experience interviewing. It just took me a long time, but I wish I would have had something like this, resources, a coach, somebody to kind of pull me through so that I was able to kind of land my first job fairly quickly. Not that
Yeah.
I didn't have the experience, I just didn't know exactly what I was looking for. I remember interviewing for my first job and with a startup, it looks completely different. It's not like a big company that has like multiple people, and then you're talking directly to the CEO founder hiring people. Like it might be 5 to 10 people currently working in that platform. So, I mean, you're kind of like going straight to the source. So it's pretty fast and easy. But at the
It is.
same time, there's not a lot of stuff out there that they know how to prepare, what to do. So that's why I wanted to do the series. So thank you so much, AJ. I
Yeah.
really
Good
appreciate
to
it.
have you.
I am going to have this live series is going to be available in all of my platform, but essentially the full series will be available on YouTube. I will have your information. I will have your website, everything on there by the end of the
Sounds
day. So be patient, everyone. Thank you so much, and I hope you
good.
all have a wonderful day.
Thanks.